Reading.
Yeah, it's a point-and-click adventure game. The entire genre is reading. Why don't you send books? They're all about reading. Why not story-based games like Persona? Most of it is reading. Why not every game with a story? You have to read to understand the plot after all.
Game allows you to break the narrative by skipping ahead during chapter select.
I don't know if I can stress how stupid of a sin this is. Any game that plays in an episodic format lets you skip ahead. It is your choice to do this and willingly break immersion and spoil yourself. But guess what, GCN? Nobody does this because people starting a story-based game would want to start at the beginning. I think they really needed to fill that sin count.
Boy, this highway sure looks a lot different than it does in the comics and the television series.
It could also just be a different highway, especially given it's drastically different from the comics highway.
Fuck the police.
Why is this a sin of the game?
Hand-holding.
I would assume Telltale expected a good amount of people who like the show but don't play games to play their game. And this tutorial isn't even that intrusive, it's just text on the top left.
Riot in progress. All officers are available for incoming 217. Rolling calls and dispatches to all locations.
Good job at ignoring the obvious imminent threat, asshole. Any decent human being would be like, oh shit, the whole world is going to hell around us. I should probably check up on my friends and family to make sure that they're alright. Ha, not this guy.
Well, this guy is transporting a criminal who recently committed murder, and this riot isn't his priority right now. And the last thing he'd think a riot in progress means is world-ending zombie apocalypse.
I'm driving this man once. He was the worst one. He wouldn't stop going on about how he didn't do it. He was an older fella, big soft eyes behind a pair of smart folk glasses.
Haha, comic book inside reference.
This reference isn't anything bad. It doesn't fourth wall break and a good nod for those who read the comics. Those who didn't will just think he's telling them a funny story.
Any of that seem important to you?
All of it, but that box never shuts up.
This cop is still ignoring the obvious.
Again, he's not thinking world-ending zombie apocalypse.
Apparently, gravity ceases to exist in video game car crashes.
They're flung around so much because Lee wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
What the hell caused that wound? These windows are still intact, so it can't be from shards of glass. Maybe it's just a plot wound.
Nearly all of these bars here are damaged. Lee likely just smashed his leg into one of them.
The dropping the object near a dead body's mouth to see if they'll turn into a zombie and bite your hand off cliche.
This video has a lot of these, let me point out what's happening on screen and call it a cliche sins, so from now on, I'm just gonna skip them and add a sin.
Lee tosses a viable weapon during an apocalypse. Who cares if it's out of ammo? There's always a possibility that you'll find ammo later on.
In hindsight, he should have kept it, but look at it from Lee's POV. He has no idea why a dead guy came back to life, he just killed a senator, was knocked out for 3 days straight, and blew someone's head off. Do you know how much panic he is in?
Hey look, it's the plot fence.
We're sinning fences? Really?
Fill one of those teacups with some bourbon if I could.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout.
Do I even need to ask why this is a sin of the game? Because why is this a sin of the game?
Out of all the baseball caps that Clementine could wear, she picks the one that resembles the Arizona Diamondbacks. Trust us, people. We're from Arizona, and we know how much the Diamondbacks suck. That World Series win back in 2001 was a fluke.
Why is this a sin of the game? I don't think The Walking Dead is trying to make some bold claim on the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Gee, how far away was that farm? It took them all evening to get there. Unless, of course, you were a bunch of dumbasses like us and waited till the evening to get a move on.
This farm is in the middle of nowhere. It's not impossible, it could just be that far away.
Gotta reinforce the fence around the farm.
That doesn't seem necessary.
Herschel thinks that a fragile picket fence is going to stop a legion of the dead.
When Lee and Clem arrive at Herschel's farm, only about 3 days have passed since the outbreak. Since this farm is remote, it's possible neither of them have seen a horde nor know how strong the walkers are.
Duck!
Worthless.
You know, 8 years ago, I'd probably agree, but looking back, Duck wasn't that bad. He was just a kid trying to live a somewhat normal life in the apocalypse. Sure, he was annoying, but he's just a kid in literal hell. Cut him some slack.
I'm a commercial fisherman, catching mackerel, dolphin.
Kenny hunts dolphin.
It's possible Kenny was referring to the mahi-mahi fish, also known as the common dolphin. It's not a literal dolphin, but it is found in Florida.
This information is pointless since Sean will die in a matter of minutes.
Sure, he does, but the player doesn't know that. This is to lure the player into a false sense of security before suddenly killing someone. It's just that classic Walking Dead anyone can die at any moment thing.
I don't know who you are or what you did, but you better become a better liar, and fast.
Herschel will call you out for lying even if you told him the truth.
If you see this dialogue, then you did lie to him. You have to be 100% truthful with him and Sean to not be called a liar. Considering you told Sean you're a babysitter...
Oh, not his daughter. He's the babysitter.
I don't know why you're surprised he knows you're a liar.
Well, this is as far as we're going.
What? You didn't bother to get gas?
There was no opportunity to get gas. They got kicked off of Herschel's farm and had no siphoning tools.
So,
Are you okay?
what? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
That's good.
Unnecessary awkward dialogue.
Clem and Lee are practically in two different worlds. Lee is a former teacher turned murderer after seeing a senator sleep with his wife. Clem is a scared little girl who has no idea what's going on. I'd expect awkward dialogue given the circumstances.
Dude, where'd your weapon go?
Into that ice pick-sized hole.
Lee ditches the ice pick, yet another useful weapon that can be used later on.
He ditches the ice pick because it's lodged in a walker's brains and he gets an axe 5 seconds later.
Well, Lee was swinging that axe pretty good earlier on, but now we have to make him struggle for the sake of emotional crisis because it's his brother.
Sure, he's strong with an axe, but did you forget a good amount of the second half of this episode was dedicated to world-building Lee's family he clearly misses and loves? He has to axe his own brother turned walker. I think anyone would falter in that situation.
Doug, Carly, and Lee, you guys make sure our defenses stay up till then. And Lee, I better take that axe in case I run into any of them on the way to my truck.
Yeah, because I'm not going to need that axe just in case the walkers break through and kill everyone.
Lee has the manpower and resources of the drugstore alongside the girl with a gun. Kenny is running outside near the horde of walkers defenseless. It'd be suicide to not have that axe.
They're not coming with this, you son of a bitch!
No!
Just in case we didn't make it clear that Larry is an asshole, well, here you go.
Larry knows Lee is a convicted murderer and is worrying for the safety of his daughter and Clementine. He's a dick, but it makes sense why he wouldn't want to be with Lee.
I think I need to go.
To Atlanta.
Yeah, I got friends there. And I just can't stay here knowing that they could be trapped in that city.
You want to know what would have made this game better? Is if we actually got to keep Glenn and not have to be limited by the continuity of the television series and the comic books. But no, there he goes, off to save Rick's sorry ass.
Given that the Telltale series is canon to the comics, it'd probably be an even bigger disaster to explain away if Glenn stayed and possibly died with the drugstore survivors.
Stay the fuck away from her.
Or what?
Or, everyone will know that you, Lee Everett, are a killer.
Isn't that basically the same type of threat that Hugo Strange gave Batman in Arkham City?
If you try to stop me, I guarantee everyone will know your secret.
Yeah, I guess it is, but why is this a sin of the game? Blackmail threats are common in any media.
He's a walking pile driver. I know I wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with him.
Now that kind of is subtle foreshadowing.
Adding a sin despite complimenting the game.
Lee, this trap's been altered. There's no release latch.
Well, that's pretty stupid. Who makes a bear trap without a release latch?
The John brothers.
Subtitles that match the color of a character's clothes.
Carly's subtitles are purple the moment we first hear her to the moment Lily pops her in the head.
Why'd you bring him here in the first place, asshole?
Dad.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because the plot required it. There was no option to just shoot him and leave him behind.
Or because you're playing in the perspective of Lee, and unlike GCN, Lee isn't a murder hobo psychopath.
It's not the bite that does it. You come back no matter how you die. If you don't destroy the brain, that's just what happens. It's gonna happen to all of us.
Crucial plot details delivered by an inept character that everyone will end up hating later on.
Or because it's crucial details that are delivered by a character who has seen those crucial details.
But you'd really be helping out a fellow survivor if you could part with some extra gas before we leave?
So I'm guessing you guys didn't bother to check the abandoned cars for gas?
Whether they did or didn't doesn't matter. The point is the St. John's know another group is nearby they can lure in to cannibalize.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Jesus.
What a waste of ammo.
It is a waste, but this is to show how brutal and hateful the bandits are because they're a main antagonist in the next episode.
You know, I once was a flesh-eating zombie, but then I took an arrow to the neck.
Vince makes a pop culture reference.
I should just pull it out.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Vince makes a sex joke.
It's nice to get a little backstory on Daryl's crossbow.
Hey, Editing EV here. So there's supposed to be a sin that this isn't Daryl's crossbow, but I did some research and this actually is Daryl's crossbow. But 2 sins for adding a sin despite complimenting the game twice.
Jesus, man, I'm from Florida. Crazy shit just comes out of my mouth sometimes.
Yeah, and so do bullets when you see someone wearing a hoodie.
Hey, you can't give him shit for that yet. That doesn't happen for a few more years.
Kenny manages to survive this wound without any medical care.
I was confused too, but I did some research and this Redditor cleared it up. So what happened is Andy shot Kenny with a Marlin Model 25, a hunting rifle that uses slightly less lethal .22 bullets. and the shot here more grazed his side than pierced his gut. Plus, he likely had Katjaa tending to him 24/7.
There's gonna be fallout.
And Fallout 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and Fallout Forever and Ever till the end of time.
Vince makes 5 pop culture references.
More reading.
Really?
Help me!
I get what Telltale was trying to do here, but this dilemma is emotionally ineffective. She was dead regardless of what decision you were going to make. There was no option to keep her alive.
Yes, you can't save her, but it's more the dilemma of putting her out of her misery or letting her live for your own sake. Surprisingly, moral dilemmas aren't all black and white.
I think people should know.
Oh, really, Carly? Then what was all that crap that you said on the way to the St. John's Dairy?
You don't have to. Whatever happened before things went to hell doesn't matter anymore.
Carly changed her mind about this because Lily's mental health was rapidly spiraling and she was getting more aggressive. Carly wants Lee to tell everyone he was a murderer so she can't use it against him.
I know it's for the sake of the game, but is there any reason why these guys don't just kill everyone and take all their food and supplies right there and then?
The reason they don't pop the motel group is because of the deal Ben made. A bandit actually asks why they don't kill them and Lee answers it in-game.
We can split the supplies, spread them around.
Or we could just kill you and take it all.
And what about when they run out? When you don't have us out there collecting them for you?
Well, I suppose we ought to hash out some terms then.
What do I have to do for you to trust me? I'll do anything!
You weak, pathetic fool.
Ben is inherently a coward, but he was getting pressed hard by Lily and definitely thought he was about to get busted. I think anyone would beg for mercy in those circumstances.
Just let me stay, please! God, please!
Do we need any more evidence than this?
My thoughts exactly. So why don't we just kill Ben already? Oh, that's right. Because the game's plot doesn't call for it!
She does attempt to kill Ben in the Doug route. She reaches for the gun, but Doug saves his life last second.
Please, let's just get back in
That's
the RV.
not happening.
I can't handle this. There. I got him. Now, what the fuck's the problem? Ben! No!
Should've picked Doug.
What the fuck's the problem?
Game unnecessarily kills off Carly and robs you of your chance to bang her later on.
Lily killed her because their tensions were high and she acted on impulse. Vince is also thinking with his dick.
A map of where the train goes.
Convenient object to advance the plot device.
They are on a train and find a map for a train route. This really isn't a convenience, it's an expectancy.
What about Doug?
What about it?
Look, Kenny, it's something we're gonna have to deal with.
Did you not hear Cat? We don't know shit, Lee.
What are you talking about? You saw the bite, dummy!
Happened during the raid.
You're only delaying the inevitable.
Yes, he saw the bite and obviously knows what's gonna happen, but he's in denial. That's the point of the arc. He knows Duck will die or turn, but he doesn't want to believe it.
Ken!
What the hell's that?
Your son's blood.
Get out of here, Lee.
You know he's dying.
Nobody knows shit. He'll be fine.
You see, this is why a lot of people hate Kenny so much. If it were anyone else, he'd be the first one to suggest murder and probably would be the one to commit it. But when it comes to his own son, he'll do and say absolutely anything to delay the inevitable.
That's the point of the character arc!
Katjaa's suicide makes no sense. She was always portrayed to be the type of character who kept a level head in a time of crisis, and there was no real evidence leading up to this moment that she was going through an emotional breakdown, save for this line.
I love our son more than life itself.
This was a poorly executed attempt at killing off all of Kenny's family in one scene for the sake of the plot.
You can tell she also knows Duck's death is inevitable. She's in a state of grief where a person goes numb emotionally. It's likely everything hit her at once when she put Duck down and couldn't take it, thus taking her own life.
It took 3 episodes to make this option available.
I think Vince lacks morality.
Where are you headed?
That way.
I mean when we get to Savannah.
Got a few ideas.
Chuck criticizes Lee for not having a plan, yet doesn't have a plan of his own.
He just said he has a few ideas. Did you expect him to tell Lee a methodically thought out route?
It was me.
Huh?
I was the one giving the bandits supplies.
What?
It's all my fault.
No option to toss Ben off the train after exposing his treachery.
Though Lee does want to murder Ben right here, this would make him no better than Lily. Plus, Ben is Clementine's friend.
You guys got a problem with your train?
Yeah,
You're standing right in front of it.
Actually, it's the 9,000-gallon petroleum tanker dangling from a bridge blocking your way.
Attempts at humor fall deaf to GCN.
Clementine unlocks a door that has no lock on the knob.
She likely unlocked this part of the door. The real sin is how she reached down there.
Walkers start off here and then magically appear this close just a few seconds later.
This was absolutely not a few seconds. There's a solid 40 seconds between the horde being shown and when they catch up to that scene. At the pace they were going, it's very reasonable they caught up in that amount of time. I don't know why you'd cut the scene and say it's a few seconds.
More reading.
I don't need that anymore. I'm done digging up dead dogs for today.
No option to keep the shovel as a weapon.
Lee has a gun for most of episode 4 and 5. What does he need a shovel for?
Seems like they're following us, and I don't like being followed.
All the more reason to get on a damn boat where we can't be followed.
Yeah, because there's no possibility someone else is going to have a working boat and follow you.
It's a hell of a lot less likely to get followed by boat than followed on car or foot.
Wait for it. Wait for Kenny to intentionally drop Lee because he's an asshole, and there he goes.
It wasn't intentional. A short time passed since he got shot and didn't have the strength to pull him up. Therefore, Lee was dropped.
Ah, the sewage level. Resident Evil 2, anyone?
Vince makes a pop culture reference.
Haha, Fallout.
Don't think that's a reference considering this is a literal Fallout shelter.
Where'd you get the bottle?
Found it.
Ah, so it's a plot bottle.
Guess we're calling anything a plot device. Plot bottle? Are you serious?
I don't know why you trusted that girl with it. We hardly know her.
She saved your life, didn't she?
Yeah, but what has she done for me lately?
Kenny is already kinda dumb, and he's still a little drunk.
Crazy shit just comes out of my mouth sometimes.
It's my fault Duck and Katja got killed. If I hadn't screwed up back at the motor inn, they'd still be alive.
And so had Carly, you dick! Remember how bandits came raiding into the motel and tried to kill us all because they didn't get the supplies that you were dealing them, which led to Lily getting all pissed off, and then we had to kill the bandits while fleeing the motel, and then Lily questioned all of us, and you pussied out and didn't admit your mistake, which led to Carly uncharacteristically defending you, which then led to Lily getting even more angry, which then led to Lily shooting Carly! Yeah, that was your fault too.
Uncharacteristically, Carly defends most of the group even if they have limited interactions. She has a soft spot for Ben. It's in her character to defend him.
Nice job at getting rid of yet another useful weapon, Lee.
Did you expect him to pull the dude up and get the hatchet? A horde was on his tail and he needed to go. Why would he go back for a hatchet when he has a shotgun?
More reading.
This is about trying to save him. At the very least, buy him some time.
Well, it doesn't matter. Lee will die regardless of whether or not you chop off his arm. Because the game demands it.
It's not really because the game demands it. It was already hinted he was a lost cause. The infection started making him pass out, so it was already way past his arm and in his brain. And though it's sad, it was important that Lee dies so everyone else, especially Clementine, can grow as characters. Imagine seasons 2 to 4 if Lee didn't die and Clem didn't get to grow independent.
Hey look, a plot bottle.
Again, plot bottle.
Keep going, you bunch of lollygaggers.
Oh hey, look at that, a convenient accident that Kenny caused. So that he can sacrifice himself for making the dumb mistake and possibly redeem himself because he's been an asshole this entire game.
Yeah, that's how character development works. Kenny has been a selfish dick most of the game besides to Lee and Clementine, and now has a chance to not be selfish.
I didn't take from you.
Your people didn't?
That is irrelevant. You can't blame Lee for something that someone else did.
The stranger has a vengeance against Lee, so it doesn't matter to him if Lee did or didn't steal.
Lee, listen to me. I need you to hear this before what happens next. I can take care of her. We can have a family.
Man, this sounds awfully familiar.
I'll take her off your hands. Take her back with me to my people. We're well supplied, well hidden, and a lot of us have had kids of our own.
This is an overarching theme of the game. Lee's ability as a caretaker is constantly questioned, and it comes to a head with the stranger and Vernon. It's supposed to sound familiar. You've heard it in almost every episode.
She wouldn't be exposed to what she has been with you.
I get what he's trying to say, but Lee exposing Clementine to this harsh world and teaching her has made her tougher, stronger, and more capable of surviving. So wouldn't neutering her make her, weaker? And less capable of surviving should you either die or abandon her yourself?
Yes, it would, but that's the point. The stranger is delusional and doesn't comprehend the world everyone now lives in. He desperately wants a family and to go back before the apocalypse, even if it means making Clementine weaker as a survivor. Sinning this scene.
How in the bloody hell did Clementine get Lee into this convenience store? First of all, where'd she get the strength to drag him? Lee was passed out and he was practically dead weight. Suspension of disbelief is getting stretched here a little. And I know that they're covered in walker muck, but how did she manage to drag Lee through all those walkers and not get eaten?
Lee was practically a walker at this point, and Clem's walker guts helped. We also don't know how far away the jewelry store was, but it's not impossible for Clem to have dragged him a small distance away.
One of the worst cliffhangers ever.
I don't really understand how this is a bad ending. The people in the distance are Omid and Krista, who she went looking for after Lee's death. It sets up for season 2 and represents a new chapter in her life without the one person who saw her through the apocalypse.
Fallout, 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 Fallout.
Thank you so much for watching to the end. This one took a lot of work as this is my first video edited with Premiere Pro. If you like what you saw and want to see a part 2 with the Sins of Telltale Walking Dead Season 2, like and subscribe. It means a lot and goes a long way in deciding the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.